Hi, we're Blake and Brittany, and this is kind of our Happy Thanksgiving message.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're going to try to do this in one take, too. We'll see if we succeed or not. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. It feels like way lower stakes somehow than Christmas, but high rewards, right? Awesome food, time with family, and of course the always timely message to count your blessings and think about all the things that you have to be thankful for, big and small.
Yeah, and of course here in Ecuador, American Thanksgiving doesn't exist, right? And so this week in particular, like we're both off of work for the holiday, but it's one of those holidays that we're really happy to share with our Ecuadorian friends and neighbors. And so for the last few years, we've done a progressively bigger and bigger thing where the Saturday after Thanksgiving, because it's a normal work week here, no one's off on Thursday or
The
Friday.
kids will be in school.
Kids will be in school.
We have all our normal Thursday after school activities.
Yeah, so Saturday and the Saturday after, we have a big gathering here where we invite lots of people, friends and family, not friends. Oh gosh,
Family.
Not family. I wish family. Friends and Ecuadorian family and neighbors and people like that to come and enjoy traditional Thanksgiving with us, which is always fun.
So fun.
Because gravy is not a thing here.
Yeah, we love introducing people to gravy.
Gravy, and just saying the word gravy, right, is always funny.
Yeah, it's very difficult to pronounce for Spanish speakers.
And it's a weird word the more you think about it.
The more you say it, the weirder it gets.
But we love gravy, so we're happy for Thanksgiving.
But in this video, we're just going to quickly go through a list we threw together of some of the things that we are just most thankful for in our life here. Many of them will look familiar to you. They're probably things you're thankful for in your own context as well. So do you want to start?
Yeah.
We put them in alphabetical order because they're impossible to rank.
So alphabetical, not by priority? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So number one, we have access to nature.
So living in the Pacific Northwest, it's gorgeous, right? That's where I grew up. And there's so much beautiful nature. And we drove, everywhere to get to that nature. Flagstaff is way more accessible nature-wise. I felt that when I moved there after Blake and I got married. It's like, wow, nature is, a lot quicker, a lot closer.
Quicker.
But here, nature is literally outside our door. And it's that way for, our neighbors, for everyone in town. Like, it's not just for, the privileged few. No, not if you live in the middle of the city, of course. But
even then, most places in Ecuador is still a rural country by and large. A vast majority of the population still lives in some kind of rural context, not as much as an urban context. And so access to nature is, it's just part of life here.
And it's amazing being able to hike just outside our door and have, bird song and animals and so on. And then this past weekend, we actually went on a little mini trip to the city of Cuenca, which is about 5 hours away from us. And if you're considering life in Ecuador or looked into it at all, you're familiar with Cuenca because it's like, I don't know, the holy grail of destinations. But and the drive was so beautiful. You're in, rural Ecuador almost the entire drive, and it's just stunning scenery. And it's just a reminder of how amazing this place is. My parents were with us, and it was neat seeing just their awe over, how this tiny little country can have such incredible landscapes and varied landscapes. We've also been blessed to spend time in the Amazon rainforest as a family, which is, there aren't really words. It's just incredible. And it's just over the mountains from us. So it feels like, we have tremendous access to nature here, and that's a huge blessing.
All right. Number two.
Community. Our community here, which is, it's safe and it's nurturing. It's tiny, it's sweet, it's traditional. That's a huge thing that we're thankful for on so many levels. It really feels like there are so many eyes on our kids, like in a not creepy way, like in an awesome, encouraging way.
It's a small town where everyone's looking out for each other.
Yeah.
And especially the kids. People are making sure that all the kids, not just our
Yeah,
kids, but
all kids.
all kids are, things are going well for them and not in
Hmm.
danger, that sort of thing.
We even just took a taxi the other day because our car is in the shop, and the taxi driver is like, "Aren't you missing two of your children?" We're like, "Oh no, they're supposed to be somewhere else." But it was just people looking out for us, looking out for our family, looking out for our kids. We can feel the difference that makes in the kids, or like sense it, and just thinking that this is the community that they'll kind of launch from into the wide world, whether they stay in this community or move a little further afield, it feels like a really strong, solid place to come from and to return to. So super grateful for that.
All right. Number 3, we have family. And that's family who is willing to come visit us down here.
Yeah, we just put Blake's dad on the airplane a few weeks ago, and a few days later got my parents from the airplane, and got to spend about 10 days with each of them back to back. Not everyone has that. We know a lot of expats whose families won't or can't come visit, and ours will and can, and that's a tremendous blessing, because yeah, not everyone's has that situation, and we love our families. They're amazing. They also do a great job staying in touch from afar. So happy about that too.
Yeah. And like Brittany was saying, I feel like moving here, we actually keep more in touch with everyone than we
Yeah.
did even when we were living, 15 minutes down the
It
road.
was kind of the catalyst for, the family WhatsApp groups. I think a lot of people have those now, but one for each side of the family. And it's such a neat way to, stay in touch with the extended, the siblings and cousins and all that. So really cool. Really grateful.
Right. Number 4.
Food on the table. It's important to remember those like little things that shouldn't be taken for granted. And here, of course, the food is so wonderful. We have so many fresh options year round. Literally right outside the door in some cases, and available. So, being oh no,
I guess we will have to
we
edit
can
it.
still do it in one take.
Ugh.
The cat dislodged our little cheat sheet. So, food, yes, thankful for food. Thankful for clean air and fresh water. Oh dear, not thankful for cats at the moment. Lots of cats. Okay, number 5.
What is it? Forgiving farm. Wow. High yield for low effort farmers. That's funny. So, as Brittany wrote these, obviously. But no, it's true. So, I mean, my dream, the place I love more than anything, has always been Alaska. And our time in Alaska, I always felt like we were at home, in a lot of ways. But if you know anything about Alaska, living and surviving in Alaska, apart from the grocery store, which is expensive, but just in general, like if you were to try to eke out a living in Alaska, it's a lot of work. It's really hard.
Knowledge and
Knowledge, and
muscle
yeah, there's
and
so much that goes into and dealing with winter and darkness. And
ow,
oh my gosh, we're gonna have to
cat.
pause. Okay. Yeah, there's just so much that goes into survival, right? Or farming anywhere pretty much in the world, right? It's hard. So, okay. So farming here, right, is, I wouldn't say it's foolproof, but it's pretty easy in comparison to most of the world. The year-round growing season, right? There's no winter, there's no freeze, there's none of those issues. We have some drought every once in a while or things like that, which you have to manage, but it really is a pretty forgiving place to grow food, and so we're very grateful for that.
We are, because we are kind of low effort, both by resources, like lack of resources, lack of energy, lack of I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool though, because we still benefit from our farm loaded with citrus right now and bananas, and even with the drought last year, we had a severe like once every 100-year kind of drought, and our hands were tied to some extent because that came with fire and cut off our irrigation water. Even our drinking water for a time was limited, and so and yet almost everything just kind of bounced back. This year was a normal rainy season, and
We didn't lose very much. In
yeah,
the
very
drought,
little
so
really, considering
being
the stress it went under.
being the worst drought in 100 years, we didn't lose very much.
So what amazing place to grow things.
Okay. All right.
Number 6, friends. We have really made amazing friends here who have become kind of what's that called? Found family.
I don't know. Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah, and so both through our church, through our community, fellow parents at school, the kids have lots of friends, other expats, just a really diverse, really rich kind of community of friends, people we just love spending time with, and so super grateful for all of them.
Yes. Number 7, generosity. Okay, so receiving and imparting.
Yes. So we've had some hard times here too. When Blake lost his job shortly into our stint in Ecuador, ongoing stint, times where we were humbled, at times where we accepted the generosity of others, which is not always an easy thing to do. But I think it makes you see the world in a new way and just really, I think, be humble and appreciative. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for people who cared for us when we needed caring for. There's also been instances here where we've been able to, be generous in return to others, which is also a different kind of tremendous blessing. So both of those things have been our reality off and on since moving to Ecuador.
Right. Number 8, getting to learn and be challenged. Well, that's true. Wow.
I love that, that every day has kind of a new adventure, something to figure out or sort out. I mean, it can be tiring, and sometimes it would be
I'm
nice
tired.
to coast. There's no coasting. But at the same time, it does feel like a privilege to get to continue to, use our minds outside of work or whatever. And I'm not talking about doing long division in Spanish, although that is unfortunately our reality right now.
Is not the way I wanted to grow. They do Spanish. They do math so differently now, especially here.
And we don't. Maybe it's how they do in the United States too. We haven't done math there in a while, so.
But no, where Ecuador will force you to grow. There's no question about it. You won't have a choice. And so it's good. And like Brittany said, it's something to be grateful for. And because obviously you're not the same person, right? You grow over time as you age and you get wiser and experience life, and so we are definitely grateful for that and not grateful for barking dogs.
Okay, number 9, getting to spend a lot of time as a family.
Yes. So in our previous life, right, I worked pretty far from the house, and then my work took me all over the state of Washington, and so I was gone for weeks at a time, usually, sometimes. And so our family times were, I would get home and just before the kids were going to bed, or we were super busy on the weekends, or I was gone on fire season. So things were definitely not the way we wanted.
No, right? And I homeschooled, so I was with the kids a lot, but that's not always quality time either, especially when you're sort of single parenting it. And the kids were younger. It was a hard season. Here, even, we started off the first couple of years with the kids, at home, which was a really special time as we were getting used to a new country and this just crazy new reality. And then the last, 2.5 years, the kids have been in school, but that hasn't really dramatically impacted our family time because Blake and I both, work mostly while the kids are at school, which they're home by lunchtime every day, which is awesome. And then we're together, and we're also both very involved in the school. So
very involved in the school,
and it just has been neat getting to do I don't know, just all the new experiences and getting used to life as a family. Our life is very family centered, and that's been a really good, a really solid thing.
Yeah, and culturally, right? That's one of the things that attracted us to Ecuador was just like a lot of the world where family is still so central to life. And we just love that about here, where a family of all ages, every generation lives close or together, right? And mixes and spends all day together in various ways, right? Coming and going and participating in life together. And
love that.
Yeah, we really, really love that. And so that's something we've, had to create for ourselves here. And so, yeah, that is something to be grateful for.
Yeah. Last one.
Happy children. All right.
It's interesting that alphabetically it ended at H. Really packed in the beginning of the alphabet. happy children, not happy every minute. We've even had tears this afternoon. I think homework induced tears, but happy in that our kids are just, they're well adjusted, they're content, their lives are low stress, low pressure. And people notice that, like when family visits and things, they kind of, because we're in the middle of it, right? It's sometimes hard to see, but from a distance, they're like, "Oh, your kids are doing really well," which is, affirming and comforting to hear. It's a really, really great place to be a child. That's one reason why we moved here, is that they're just having these solid, low stress childhoods.
And like we've said before in other videos, it's such a good place to be a child, that children here are generally speaking very happy and well adjusted, and not with all of the stressors and a lot of the things that you see back home in the United States. So we're very grateful that our children in particular have done so well transitioning and developing and kind of falling into life here.
They come home from school every day just chattering nonstop. We have to prepare ourselves physically for the onslaught, but we know that not all kids do. Some kids don't come home talking. Some kids aren't excited about their lives, which is kind of heartbreaking. And so we're really grateful that our kids' reality is excitement and enthusiasm and noise.
Nice.
Happy noise. Vigor, I suppose.
Yes, vigor.
Yeah, huge blessing. So we'll have a lot to celebrate this Thanksgiving. We hope that you do as well, and that you have a really blessed holiday. Thank you so much for watching our video, as always.
Yeah, and comment down below, what are you thankful for this year, for this Thanksgiving? And one of your favorite traditions or foods, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
My favorite food?
Thanksgiving food.
Thanksgiving food?
Yeah, not your favorite holiday food-wise.
Not all of it, no. I mean, I love turkey and I love gravy. So, gravy.
We also do slow roasted pork actually at our Thanksgiving, which I think is superior to turkey. But I like the side dishes, sweet potatoes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the meat and the gravy.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Average Family Abroad. You can visit our website at avagefamilyabroad.com. As an update, more coffee will be coming in the next month or so. So thank you to everyone who bought coffee.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate that so very much, and appreciate the great feedback we've gotten. So thank you again, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
All right.
Okay.
So one break. One dumb dog break.